All righty. Are you ready? Because here we go.
Yeah, we are ready.
Hi, everyone.
Oh, yeah. Hey, folks. Good evening. Hello and welcome.
We're live.
Hello, welcome, families, friends. Hello, good morning. Hello, good afternoon, good evening. Good. Are we ready to cook? Are we ready to cook? Good. We're just getting you warmed up. Hey, Josh, what's going on, man? What do you got to say?
Not much, Adam. I just want to say, thanks to everybody who is here for the cooking class. It's going to be really fun. If you heard last week, it was a blast. I'm still raving about the cheeseburger egg rolls. I had some this week because we froze some and they were still fantastic, reheated. And I'm excited. This is another extremely popular snack from inside of Magic Kingdom. So it's going to be really good. And, I think everybody's going to really enjoy it. So I'm ready when you're ready.
You ready? I'm ready. Let's go. Thank you, everyone, for coming and cooking tonight. So let me explain a couple things that are going on that make things. Hello, Mendler family. Let me explain a couple of things that are going on so you guys get the vibe. So we, in our Zoom group of Cooking Live, we have our ingredients. I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to look at your stuff, same as last week. And then we have a bunch of people who I'm going to call them Imagineers. They're imagining they're eating the food. They're watching on the YouTube channel. So they're not cooking, they're listening. So we are the cooks, they are the listeners. We are in the race, they are the spectators. So it is you that I am going to help, and they will kind of hang around and maybe they'll take your class next week. So first thing I'm going to do tonight is give away a free Adam's Cooking Jam class based upon some Disney history. If you Google, you are disqualified. So listen to the question, okay? And they could turn on their mic at the point.
Yes.
Okay, so first a little history. There is an area in Disney called Liberty Square where the Sleepy Hollow area is in Disney, correct? Correct. We know that, and we know that the Sleepy Hollow stories were written in 1849 by a guy named Washington Irving. He was the original Sleepy Hollow guy. He was a Gothic horror thing, and it's based in Tarrytown, New York. If you've ever been to Tarrytown, New York, that's where Sleepy Hollow stories were based. But Disney had a movie based on Sleepy Hollow, and whoever can first tell me the name of that movie will win a free cooking class and go. Who knows the name of the movie? And it ain't easy.
Ichabod?
Oh, what?
Ichabod?
I need more than that. But you're on the right track, Miss Krause. Anybody know?
The Adventures of Ichabod Crane.
Wow, you are very close. You are closer. You are closer.
Is it?
Yes.
Is it Legend of Sleepy Hollow? Is
No.
it the Legend of Sleepy Hollow?
Well, there's been many offs of it over the years, but the original name, I'm going to give anybody one more chance. Has anybody got it? Mendler got pretty close. So Mendler, I'm going to give you the class, but the real name was The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad from 1949.
Wow.
Oh, Mr. Toad. Oh. Oh, that's, yeah, Mr. Toad, 1949. And I'm going to give away another free class if somebody can tell me who was a narrator, very famous narrator from that time period.
Really tough.
That was really tough. Well, if you don't know the name of the movie, you're not going to know the narrator. The narrator was Bing Crosby, narrated the whole movie, Bing Crosby. So your assignment for next week is to watch the movie. 1949 Disney movie, pretty cool, right? Yeah, oh yeah. Okay, there goes all that stuff. That's my history. There it is. Now we move on to the food. If you're making everything tonight, there's a lot of stuff. A lot of what they call in the biz mise en place, getting everything in place. My culinary school I went to, the tagline was preparation is everything. So with cooking, that's 100% true. If you're prepared, the cooking part is easy. So like when you're working in a restaurant, you spend all this time prepping all the food to get it ready. Because once it's ready, then it's cool and easy to do. So we're going to go in steps, okay? And we're going to go in steps just like you're cooking everything yourself. You're doing everything. You might not be doing everything, but we're going to go in steps that way. So this way, your area doesn't get contaminated by your chicken, because raw chicken can make you sick. So the first thing we're going to do tonight, numero uno, is going to be making the coleslaw. If you ever made coleslaw before, it's all basically very similar. Now, there's lots of different kind of cabbages to use. This is called Napa cabbage. This is the plain. This is a nice cabbage, and it has something in the middle, which is like a little harder. So what you do, if it's hard, you get rid of it, okay? That's the hard part. You could use it, but it's a little hard, so we're gonna get rid of it. And then if it's hard, we're gonna get rid of it. Simple as that, getting rid of it. This is, did you ever see that movie with Crocodile Dundee? And the guy he says, "You call that a knife?" He says, this is a knife. You see, this is a knife. But I got the little one, this big one, for like cutting like chicken or my wife chases me around the house. That's pretty much what this knife is for. This is called does anybody know the name of this knife? Hey, Menla kid, do you know the name of this knife? What kind of knife this is? This is called, does anybody know? How about the other kid? Menla, do you know? How about you, Michelle's kid with the fold-out show? What's this called?
Butcher cleaver.
A cleaver. Thank you very much, sir. You're absolutely correct. It is called a cleaver. My dog is next to me. Sometimes he bothers me. So anyway, we're going to shift the knife. This knife is a knife for something else later. So we're going to shift the knob the coleslaw. What that means is you take the coleslaw, you gather it all together, okay, and you line it up, and you go this way. If you're going to do it by hand, if you did it on the grater, yeah, you could do that too. But sometimes I like to do it by hand because I like the way it looks. I think it looks a little bit better. So, and you can use a middle piece if you want. So this is a nice way to shred coleslaw. When you make your own coleslaw, by the way, it is infinitely better than the coleslaw you're going to get in Publix that's been sitting there since the day you were born. This is fresh, nice, and I could cut. I don't even have to, kidding. I don't even have to look. Okay, 25 years cooking. Okay, so that's the slaw, and I'm just going to put that to the side. You need a bowl, this kind of bowl, okay? And one of these, a whisk. First ingredient we're going to make the sauce is going to be the mayonnaise. What kind of mayonnaise? Full fat, extra artery clogging mayonnaise. You don't want any of this light mayonnaise, okay? So that's going to go in there first. And the ingredients call for 1 cup of full fat mayonnaise. There it goes, full fat mayonnaise. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Okay, next ingredient that we're gonna put in the full fat mayonnaise is the apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar is over here. Apple cider vinegar. If you don't have apple cider vinegar, you can use distilled vinegar. You could use any kind of vinegar you have. I like apple cider vinegar the best. It has the nicest flavor. Apple cider vinegar, mix. Then you need, okay, it says celery seeds. If you don't have celery seeds, this is celery salt. So I took out the salt. Celery salt, what is celery salt? Celery seeds, celery salt mixed together, there, that. Onion powder, there it is. Garlic powder, there it is. Half a teaspoon of each. And brown sugar. I got most of it in there. That's good. If you're responsible and you went to the store and got the proper ingredients, you wouldn't have forgotten the brown sugar. Some people might not be that responsible. Okay, so Mix, 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 mix. I could mix this too. Yeah, you can use honey if you wanted. So in here, salt, pepper, brown sugar. We're making, and it should be sweet. Oh, that's money. And then your carrot. I work with some of the best chefs in the world, and I'm going to tell you this. If you use a carrot and you peel it, you can't taste that it was peeled or not peeled. I don't peel it. I don't see any point. I do wash it. I'm grating this in there. Now, Cindy, I'm going to give you a hint for next time. Measure out your ingredients in these little cups. I always measure all my ingredients out, and I put them on like a plate. So this way I have them, I know where, I don't have to measure. I never dump your stuff directly in there. That's a mistake. Okay, so I'm grating my carrot. Grate. Boom, boom, boom. I'm gonna throw in my cabbage. And I'm gonna mix it up. And hey, my, this looks pretty gosh darn good. I'm gonna put in a little more. Because my wife says it looks good, that means she's gonna eat it. And that means she's gonna want more of it, so I'm gonna actually make it, because I know her whole routine. If she doesn't say anything, she might not like it, she won't eat it. But now, yeah. Just so you know, a little commercial. Next week, Saturday night, we are not going to be here, but where we are going to be is here, but not making copycat food. We're going to make a 3-course Valentine's Day tasting menu. Whoa, all chocolate. A chocolate appetizer, chocolate entree, and a chocolate dessert. That's next Saturday night. If you're interested, we're going to put up the links, and you could join us. And the following week, we're doing Canada. Now, Canada might not let us in on the cruise ships, but they will let us in to make their food. We're going to make cheddar cheese soup, and we're going to make, what's the other thing we're making? Croque Monsieur. And croque monsieur, croque madame. And now we had a great one the other day at the Riviera. Taylor reviewed it. You can check her out on her channel. She reviewed it, and she really liked it. And I have to concur with her. It was really good. Really good. But there was also one at Epcot. So you can get a croque monsieur at Epcot. You can get it at the Riviera. Either way, it's awesome. Okay, so. And you can get it in your house, right, in 2 weeks, which is even better. Okay, so the coleslaw, my friends, the coleslaw, she is done. Yeah, nice. Nice thumbs up. Look like this. Nice. Okay, my coleslaw is done. Any questions about coleslaw? Mendler, you have any questions? No? Okay, good. Krause family, how you doing? Any questions about coleslaw? Thumbs up, good. I like your ears, very nice, very nice. Okay, Sue, how you doing? You have any questions? You good? Cindy, thumbs up, thumbs up. Cindy's iPhone, how you doing? Okay, you good? Thumbs up, good, good, good. Excellent. Michelle, my sister, what'd she say? Oh, my sister's name is Michelle. Oh, Michelle, hi, Michelle. My sister, Michelle. Okay, there's the coleslaw. The coleslaw is done. We're going to put it off to the side, and we're going to knead it later. That's step one. Take a sip of my Magic Kingdom drink.
And a cup from
one of the Golgill, Alexis Golgill Getaway agents actually makes these cups. Oh, no, you could take that away from them. I'm not sure, but no, not there, no. Take it away from now. If we need them, we'll get them back. Okay, here it is. Away we go to step number 2. The slaw is made. The area is clean. We always do chicken last, and we always clean our knives. Look at this little trick. I'm going to save you a trip to the ER, okay? We don't clean the knives in the air like, tra-la-la, I'm watching TV. No. Keep the end of the knife on the sink so we can control the knife. Then we wipe the knife off. Clean your knife in the air, go to the hospital. Clean the knife on the board, you get to live another day. Then, there it is. That's it, on the board. And here's another little trick. You don't wipe stuff onto the floor. Why? Because you have to clean it up if you wipe it on the floor. You don't do that. You wipe it into your hand. In the restaurant, people are very conscientious to try to clean as they go. Okay. Number 2, the sauce for the chicken tenders. Let's talk about that. Not the chicken itself, just the sauce. So I'm doing the chicken last because the chicken can make people sick. Raw chicken makes people sick. I also make people sick, but for other reasons. But raw chicken really will make you sick. So you don't want that. So what you need now is a pan. You need to get a pan ready. A little pan, doesn't have to be huge, and your ingredients. Now, let's talk about the chicken sauce. It's a spicy chicken sauce, okay? But if you're not into the spicy part, no sweat. Don't use the sriracha. Instead of sriracha, you could use ketchup. Instead of sriracha, you could use barbecue sauce. Or you can cut the sriracha in half and put some ketchup and some sriracha. And if you like the heat, that kid likes the heat, you put yours in on the side. That's how that works, okay? So you don't have to, the heat is good, but you don't have to kill it with the heat, all right? So you can use some sriracha. My wife doesn't like heat, so I will use much less of my sriracha. Okay, here we are. This is a special thing that lets me cook so you guys can see. Now, it's a little dark tonight for some reason. Let me talk to the lighting manager. Oh, look. Excellent. A little lighter, better, a little better, it's very dark. Okay, anyway. In your pan, first thing you're going to do is you're going to put a half a stick of butter. Now, the cool thing about this sauce is the key to making every sauce. That for like wings. For wings, this is an awesome, easy sauce. For wings, we're doing tenders, but it doesn't have to be tenders. Okay, so your butter, she is melting in the pan. The butter is melting in the pan. Melt half a stick of butter. Quick, how many ounces in a stick of butter? 8. Half a stick of butter, how many ounces? Hey, Mendler, 8 minus 4 equals what? Come on, 4. Yes,
4.
yes.
4.
Thank you, miss. Thank you very much. She is a little younger than you. That would not be impressive that you knew that. I would have to say that, Michelle's kid. Okay, so this is melting, melting, melting. The butter is melting. Can we see? Butter is melting, melting. As the butter melts, what goes in next? Orange juice. Juices have a lot of sugar. All juices. So if you don't have orange juice, you could use grapefruit juice. You don't have grapefruit juice, you could use apple juice. You don't have apple juice, you could use pick another juice. Pineapple juice. Pineapple juice is very popular because you want the sugar and you want the liquid. Melting into the butter. Next is going to go your maple syrup. Here's the thing about us Americans. We like it sweet. We always have, we always will. So we put in a lot of sugar into our food. And that's what we're doing with this sauce. So far, a stick of butter, some orange juice, some brown sugar. Next, your sriracha or a little bit sriracha, a little bit of ketchup. So I'm going to use both. I'm going to use both sriracha and ketchup. You want a little tiny bit of heat. But the recipe calls for 4 tablespoons. I'm going to put in one big one, and then I'm going to put in I'm going to put in my case, we're going to put in some barbecue sauce. And I'm going to put in about 2 tablespoons of barbecue sauce. Yeah, I'll close it. You have to tell me. Oh, okay. Yeah,
Adam, did you put brown sugar into that sauce?
I did, because you want to know why? I was responsible and went to the store and got some.
I
There
didn't
is
have
no brown sugar
today,
in the
guys.
sauce yet. There's going to be brown sugar into the sauce,
Okay.
but
Alright.
not yet. So in the sauce so far is a stick of butter, 4 tablespoons sriracha, 4 tablespoons orange juice, 1/4 cup maple syrup, and here goes the brown sugar. Now I'm going to put in that last, second to last, because once you start putting sugars in a pan, what happens, folks? It's better to burn out than to fade away. Sugars burn. So, okay, so it's all together. There it is. There's nothing special about it, but shut it off the heat for this next step. Shut it off completely. This way it will not burn. You have one more ingredient. That ingredient is called cornstarch. Why are we using cornstarch? Because we're going to thicken the sauce. So what we're going to do is a little trick called making a slurry. And what we're going to do is now you're going to add cold water to your cornstarch, but you want it to be the consistency cold of like heavy cream. Okay? You don't need that much water just to make it look like heavy cream. So this we call for cornstarch. We call for 4 tablespoons of cornstarch. Put in, let's see, I'm going to see how much water. I'll tell you what I think. For 1 second. I'm going to measure it out for you. Okay. About 4 tablespoons. I'm going to go with about 4 tablespoons of water. So 4 tablespoons of cornstarch. Then you take these 2 things and you mix. And there it goes. It looks like heavy cream. You'll feel some lumps and bumps in there, but you'll knock them out. And this is what it looks like. Just looks like heavy cream. So the cornstarch gets mixed. Now, here's another trick. You're going to turn on your sauce, and it's going to have to be boiling. Because the only time you can add cornstarch to something is when it's boiling. If you don't, it will not be good. So we're going to wait for our sauce to be boiling. And once it goes boiling, we're going to put in some cornstarch. But we're not going to put it all of it. We are going to use a small amount at a time, and it's going to thicken our sauce. So anytime you've ever had gloppy, thick sauces in a Chinese restaurant, this is how they do it. So I am teaching you how to do it. Hello, Sue. It's coming to a boil. Now, when you put in the cornstarch in your what's called a slurry, it's going to thicken the sauce. But I'm not putting in it all because I'm putting in a small stream. I'll put in, let's say, a little less than half and see what happens. Keep it moving, keep it moving. You're going to see it's going to start to thicken right in front of your eyes. It's like watching David Copperfield. If it got too thick, what would we do? We add a little water. But we want it thick enough so that it's going to stick to our chicken tenders. That's it. We're done. Clear, stop, pull it off the heat. There it is. That's the thickness of our sauce. It's kind of like gloppy, kind of like General Chow's chicken sauce or orange chicken. It's kind of like thick like that. See mine? See? Not super thick. It's still liquidy. It's like somewhere between liquidy and gloppy. It's like the middle, like loppy. It's like a loppy. Clear? I'll show you again. Loppy. Cindy's iPhone. It looks like you guys are like in a closet cooking. What's in front of you? It's a weirdo view I'm having. Oh, I'm in a cabinet. Oh, I'm in like some sort of cabinet. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Listen, you got it. You got to flaunt it, ladies. Come on. Come on. There you go. People. There. People. I'm back in the cabinet. Okay, listen, whatever you want, I don't care. You want to put me in the cabinet? I don't care. It's okay. Okay, so there it is. The sauce is going to be, everybody's sauce is going to be really delicious, except if possibly you forgot the ingredients. You need the ingredients to make the sauce good.
You should show, let them show you.
Has anybody made a sauce? Would anyone like to show them what it looks like? Michelle, show. Don't be embarrassed, Michelle. Show me. I can help you that way. I can't really actually see it. Josh, that looks right. That looks good too, Cindy. Yeah, there you go. Cool. That's good. Perfect. Cool. Cindy, you have anything to show me? That looks a little, is it a little thin, that sauce? Is it like a little gloppy or thin? Is it? Oh, that looks good. No, that's cool. Good. Okay.
Yeah.
Sue, let's see it. I need a little more of a tilt. I can't see anything. Oh, yeah, cool. That looks, actually, Sue, you're going to add some water to yours. You're going to add like half a cup of water to that. Make it a quarter cup of water. Make it a little thinner. Mendler, you will get, let me see yours. That looks good. That looks good. Just careful with your sauce, because if you ever get burned in a kitchen, you think the worst burn you can get is from sugar, because sugar sticks to you and it doesn't go away. It just keeps burning until it stops. It's like napalm. So you really don't want to get a sugar burn. You're much better off getting burned with like hot water, but sugar burns, bad. Oil burns, bad. Sugar burns are the worst. Okay, we've done number 2. Beautiful. We are moving on down the road. Just keep your sauce on the side, and we're going to need that a little bit later. We are on the way to making waffles. Here you go, honey. Thank you. Next is waffles. We've made our coleslaw. We've made our chicken tender sauce. Now we are going to make waffles. If you've never made waffles before, from scratch, it is an intensely different experience. Thank you. It's going to be delicious. I'm going to have a little sip of my magic juice.
Just soda.
Which is just diet soda. I have a diet soda problem, I realize. I drink way too much diet soda. So next Saturday night, we're making a chocolate dinner. And it's meant to make in advance for Sunday. So we're making a molten chocolate cake from scratch. We're making a pear that's poached in white vanilla, white chocolate. And then we're making a mole sauce, 26 ingredient sauce, a Spanish sauce, a Mexican sauce that is delicious. You put it on chicken, fish. And once you learn how to make a mole sauce, you're going to be very proud of it. So it's not just like baba. We're making real food next week. Okay. Time now for your waffles. The waffle mixing and bowl. Here are my ingredients. Here's my waffle maker. Okay. First the ingredients, then the waffle maker. That's okay. So once again, all my ingredients laid out nicely individually. This is how you will, there are a lot of ingredients tonight for what we're doing, but it doesn't matter because we're prepared. We are prepared. Okay. So I have a metal bowl. Do you see my metal bowl anywhere, Pam? You look like a big metal bowl. I had it out here. Oh, here it is. Looky. So there's a method, okay? Oh, we need our whisk. There's a method. The method is we're going to put the dry ingredients in here first, and then we are going to put in the wet ingredients. Here we go. First, 1 3/4 cups all-purpose flour. Can we use bread flour? No. Can we use cake flour? No. Can we use wheat flour? We could use wheat flour, but have you ever had a wheat waffle before? No, thank you. Okay, so that is a dry ingredient. Thank you very much. Now we're going to put in some sugar. Calls for 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar. Put that right in there. Just going to give it a little mix. Can you, if you wanted to, take the flour and put it through a flour mill? Yeah, sure. But do you have to? No. Okay. Sugar, flour, simple as that. 1 3/4 teaspoon baking powder and 1/4 teaspoon baking soda. They both function slightly differently in the recipe, so you really do need both. And if you're interested, you should read about it. Okay, so there it is, the baking powder, the baking soda, the flour, the sugar, and 1/4 teaspoon salt. Salt offsets flavors, so you really do want to not leave out your salt. 1/4 teaspoon salt, there it is. Mix. Next, 1 stick melted butter. Hey, how many ounces in a stick of butter? I asked you before. Mendler, do you remember what you said? There are 8 ounces in a stick of butter. Half a stick of butter is 4 ounces. 8 ounces in a stick of butter. So in a pound of butter, how many sticks would you get?
Wait, I thought that was tablespoons.
Tablespoons. Josh is correct. It is tablespoons, but it's also a weight measure as well. So there's a
Free class for John.
Here's a free glass for Josh. Josh is right. So there are 8 tablespoons in a stick of butter, and a stick of butter is 4 ounces. There are 4 sticks of butter in a pound. Thank you, Josh, for correcting and embarrassing me. Good. Excellent. But Josh is 100% correct. He's right.
It's okay.
Well,
I was just really confused for a second.
yeah, I'm sorry, Josh. You know, I'm a child of the 80s. Things have happened to me in my life. Okay, so anyway, this is mixed. Next, we're going to go in with the buttermilk. Put what they call a well right in the middle, okay, and put in your buttermilk. Buttermilk has its own kind of like sour, kind of nice flavor, and just keep it going. Just give it a mix. You don't have to go crazy. More liquid is going in there. Your buttermilk's getting mixed, just like that. Okay. Now, your melted butter. You are using, in your melted butter, you are using 1 stick of melted butter, which is 4 ounces. Here it is, melted. I melted it earlier. You know what? I need to melt it more because it actually has to be melted. So if you need to zest it in the microwave, that's what you do. Can it go in the microwave? Well, it just did. So melting your butter, 1 stick of butter, that's going on here next. In the meanwhile, this may be your opportunity to turn on your waffle maker. All right. This is a Belgian waffle maker. It makes like that traditional shape. But Josh, you want to show us your cool waffle maker? I heard you have a really cool one. Look, everybody look at Josh's waffle maker. He has a Mickey waffle. Yeah, that's right. If you can't get to the parks.
We have a Mickey.
Excuse me.
Oh, the guy wants
Let me see, who has it?
Excuse me.
good name.
Hi. Oh, nice. You have one too?
Excuse me.
Good. Yes.
Hi.
Hi.
How much butter?
Butter.
How much buttermilk?
Buttermilk in this recipe is 1 3/4 cups.
Buttermilk. The milk.
You're cutting out a little.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're cutting it. So you 1 3/4 cups buttermilk and using 1 stick of unsalted butter. Everybody clear? 1 3/4 cups buttermilk and 1 stick of unsalted butter, which would be 4 ounces. And that's going to go right into the middle and mix. I could have done it in a mixer, but it's unnecessary. It's just looking to get smooth. That looks perfect. Now there's one more ingredient that's going in. That's 2 eggs. So my suggestion with the eggs, also the vanilla extract, but don't break your egg directly into it. Break it, see? Even the chef can make a mess. Break it separately. So this way, if you get any shells, you can go digging and take them out. All right? So here it is. Beat up 2 eggs separately. Excellent. And boom, boom, boom. In there, the mix goes. Incorporate. Okay, and it should look like this. Should look,
Vanilla?
yeah. Oh, vanilla. That's right. Thank you. Pam reminded me. She's keeping track. She's watching. She's paying attention tonight. She made a good move. It says 2 teaspoons of vanilla. This is the vanilla extract that my sister made me by taking some alcohol and vanilla pods, and it's really very good. And there it is, mixed in. I'll show everybody. Ho, ho, ho. Then one more move. Take this whole thing and let's put it into the freezer, in the refrigerator, for about 5 minutes or so. We want it to get a little cold. While our everything a waffle maker gets heated up. Now we have the waffle mix in the refrigerator, and your waffle maker usually has a little bit of a button on it that says it's ready to go. See? Yeah. The light will turn like green or yellow. Okay. So the waffles are ready to go, but we're going to let it cool for a couple of minutes in the refrigerator. And in the meanwhile, I will show you, even though you should have done this already, I'm going to show you anyway, how to clean a chicken tender. And you should wait a couple of minutes. See, when you're using raw chicken, you don't want to touch your hands, your face, your feet, your nose. So you want to keep it separate. So this works out really well this way. And I'll show you what I do. I have a board that I just completely separate. See? So that's my board. And the other thing that I will do, these utensils are going to be used for it. I'll keep them all separate. And in order not to cross-contaminate things, because I know I'm going to actually now go back to using the waffle mix in a few minutes, I'm going to put on a pair of gloves so that I don't cross-contaminate, which is that means when you get the cooties from one thing into cooties from something else. You want to keep all your cooties, thank you, keep all your cooties in one place. So these are some good gloves. These are easy to buy. I mean, I buy them. Gloves on the counter really are a helpful thing. So I have a separate board, okay? You have your chicken tender. What is a chicken tender? Well, in a chicken, the chicken has 2 breasts, and inside of the breasts, there's a little soft spot, and that is the tender. So tenders people really like tenders for so many reasons. If you don't want to buy the tender, which is the most expensive, you could buy a breast and you could slice it up. But if you buy the actual tender, which is what this is, it is, I think, for this particular application, pretty good. Okay, so if you're buying a tender, inside of the tender is a piece of sinew that runs along the whole thing. So you ever eat a tender and it was like chewy, so you're gonna keep a knife flat. You're just gonna run your knife right along that, and the tender if the knife is sharp. Make sure your knife is sharp. If it's not sharp, you're just going to ruin your tender. But it doesn't matter all that much. But you see it? Can you see what it is? I'm sure you've all seen that in your life. It's the white part that's inside of the, runs along. It's called sinew, and I'm going slow, but essentially that's it. Comes right out. And now you have your flat piece of tender. Then the next step is taking your tender and banging it a little bit. So what I do is I simply put a piece of plastic wrap over it. Okay. This. Okay. Cover it like this. Then I take my mallet. You don't gotta kill it, just mellow.
Hey, just in case if anybody doesn't have a hammer, because I didn't have any brown sugar today. I also didn't have a hammer, so I actually just used a rolling pin, and it actually worked pretty well too. So, just for future reference, if you don't have a hammer,
you could use it if you have no hammer. Use a rolling pin or anything like that. That's fine. Chicken is easy to pound out because it's pretty soft. That's a good piece of advice. So it looks kind of like this flat piece of chicken. Now, you want to expand what you're doing? Simple. Cut it right in half. So now you have two strips, smaller strips. Up to you. But that is how you clean a chicken tender, okay? And we're going to use these I have my chicken's been sitting in my buttermilk for a couple of hours, like I said in the directions. And buttermilk makes a difference because it's breaking down the sinew and it's going to give you something that's really juicy piece of, really juicy. I'm just going to throw it in there. Is it going to be as good as the other ones? Nah, but it's going to be pretty good. Okay, so there's my chicken sitting in my buttermilk. I'm going to need that in a couple of minutes. And I'm going to take away my chicken stuff. Just come off. It makes your area much easier to clean. And the other good news is that a little bit of bleach on a rag, that's really the best way to do it. Okay. So anyway, moving on to almost the last steps. We're getting there, folks. Okay, we're making a lot of food. Oh, there's a little wipe. You want to give me that? Look, I get a little Lysol wipe for my hands. Sanitizing wipe. I'm going to wipe my board. My soda, my wife is wiping it down like I'm in the ICU unit, which is fine. We don't want to go there, right? Okay. Okay, so the waffle maker is ready to waffle. My mix is ready to mix, and away she goes. Okay, let's make some waffles. Okay, so you could spray your waffle maker if you wanted to. You could spray it so the waffle doesn't stick. My experience is usually I don't even have to spray it because, it's all non-stick these days. So let's see what happens. I'm going to take my waffle mix. Just put it so that it hits all the nooks and crannies. You don't need a lot. Oh yeah, looking pretty perfect. All right, and there it's going to go. See what happens. Going to cook, cook, cook. Okay, so we are going to do, oh, it smells so nice. I love the smell of waffles. So while this waffle is cooking here, should take a few minutes. You shouldn't be moving your waffle machine around like I am, but you know, what are you gonna do? All right, there it goes. And I'll make another. I'm just gonna make one waffle for now, and then later we'll make some more waffles for Pam and I. But maybe we'll make two. I'm not sure. Okay, so that's going. So as your waffle is cooking, the last step is going to be your chicken. So now your area doesn't need to be worried about it so much because everything is done. Now your waffle should be making in a different place. What, honey? Yeah, strawberries and blueberries, right. That's the last thing we're gonna do. But what we're gonna do right now is the battering of the chicken. Okay, so you're gonna need a few things. You're gonna need your eggs, you're gonna need your flour, and you're gonna need your buttermilk. This system is how you make fried chicken. That's really what we're doing is making fried chicken. We're making buttermilk fried chicken, except we're making it boneless. So your buttermilk, you could use the buttermilk that your chicken is sitting in, or you could use more buttermilk. And you're putting your, let me tell you exactly how much you're putting in here. You're putting in 5 eggs beaten up, 2 cups of flour, 4 cups of buttermilk, and you need now to get your vegetable oil going, okay? So I'm gonna want to get your vegetable oil or peanut oil up to 350 degrees. And I'm going to do mine back here on the stove. And if you get yourself one of these, this is a candy thermometer. It goes up to 350 degrees. That's what you're looking for, 350 degrees. So I turn that on. So you want to get your oil hot. Let's see here. Okay. So you have your flour, you have your egg, you have your buttermilk. And we're going to do a double dip. Let me see where I am here with my waffle. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That was pretty nice. Nice and crispy on top. Okay. Just a little, I want a little more. I want a little more. Another 2 minutes. And then maybe I'll put in some more. Okay, so your chicken has been sitting in the buttermilk for a couple hours. And we are now going to bread our chickens. Yeah, in a second, I'll put on the gloves. So again, your eggs, your flour, your buttermilk, you need a little like receiving area to put your chicken once it's been breaded. Okay, and it's good that it actually sits for a couple of minutes, so it's going to be good. Okay, so here's my little receiving area. All right, I think my waffle is going to be done. I'll make more waffles later. My waffle machine is broken. Pam broke it. Okay, test your waffle. Oh yeah, good, nice. It's brown on both sides. It's crispy. Put it on the side. You need your waffles for your chicken sandwich. I'm going to make one more waffle because we're going to make a sweet waffle also. So I want to have both of these out to show you. Yeah, and you see, I didn't even need to use a any kind of spray on mine. Came right out. Okay. There's all different kind of waffle makers. The old-fashioned ones sat right on top of your stove. So waffle is made. Smells good. Oh, yeah. Oil's heating up. Now it's time for the chicken. Okay, we're gonna do a double dipped chicken. And that's, hi Cooper, how are you? My dog is here, smells everything. So, here it is. Okay, chicken. See, look how the buttermilk has adhered nicely. So first, you're putting it in the flour. Then you put it in the egg. Then you're putting it back in the buttermilk. Like this, look how it's sticking. Back into the flour. Bang it down good. And that's what it's supposed to look like, okay? Put it on a plate, and then salt and pepper is gonna go on that, okay? Is this a little messy? Yeah, it is, that's okay. Here we go. Buttermilk, flour, well done on the flour, into the egg, back into the buttermilk. This is double dip fried chicken. It's gonna be nice and crispy. Back into the flour, pat it down. There it is. And it works best if it sits out a little bit on your tray before you take it, okay? So we'll do, I got a towel. So we'll do a couple more. So add the buttermilk into the flour, into the egg, back into the buttermilk, back into the flour. This, by the way, is how you make regular fried chicken. It's the same exact method. Put it down on the side. Okay. And okay, I think it's going to be time to look into my waffle maker. Okay. Excuse me, Cooper. Okay. Another 2 minutes. Okay. And yeah, okay. So I have my chicken. I'm going to dip more chicken later. Any questions about dipping your chicken? Good. Double dip fried chicken. Oh, there is an important aspect of it, salt and pepper. You want salt and pepper right on it right now. Be liberal. Salt, pepper right on top of your chicken. Salt and pepper. I'm not sure what my pepper is, but you get the idea. Okay, and I believe my waffle maker is ready to go. Let's see. All right, I think so. Nope, I want another couple of minutes. I need a few more minutes of my waffle maker. Yeah. Good. Okay, a couple more minutes of my waffle maker. In the meanwhile, I'm going to do 1 or 2 more chicken. So waiting my oil. My oil needs to get up to 350. Oh, my oil's ready to go. Okay, so I could show you now what it's supposed to look like. Okay, so here it goes. You should hear. Can you hear that? Let me assure you, this is not your McDonald's chicken tenders. These are going to taste fantastic. They're a little messy, but they're worth the effort. So you're going to do about 2 minutes on each side, and then we're going to flip them over. All right. You're going to see how nice and crunchy they are. You see what that's starting to look like? I'm going to show you a minute or two. I'd say about 2 minutes on each side. 2 minutes on each side, and you're going to be ready. Okay. Waffle, she is done. And you got to play, you know, it's like you're never really sure. This, I'll show you the easiest way to find out if chicken is cooked. And I use this method in every restaurant that I've ever been in. And it really is a great method. What do? You cut it open and you look. That's what you do. So when I use raw chicken in a restaurant, if you've ever served raw chicken to somebody's five-year-old kid, okay, whoa, they get mad. So we don't want to have that happen. We want to make it sure it's cooked. And by doing that, it's easy. We just cut it open. So what you do is you take the biggest piece out of the thing, whatever the largest piece of chicken is, you take that out. And that's the one that you cut. And you want it to be completely white, and I'm going to give it another minute, 60 seconds, maybe a little less. I'll turn my oil down a little bit. It's a little too hot, I think. This is done. It's just to be 100% done. Then I'm getting it out of the grease. There it is. That's perfect. Perfect piece of fried chicken for your sandwich. So we have the fried chicken. She is done. Okay, you're gonna have to move these over there. We're gonna put the stone that I want to use. We'll use it later so I can make more. But for now, we're just gonna demonstrate to make the full sandwich. So I'm gonna put my sandwich together. And then you're going to put your sandwich together. Now, when you put your sandwich together, let's take pictures of it and put it up on Adam's Cooking Jam so that we can see what these sandwiches look like and compare them to the sandwiches in the park. So here's what you're going to need. We're going to make 2 different sandwiches. We're going to make the savory sandwich and the Nutella sandwich. Nutella sandwich is easy. Savory sandwich is equally easy because you did all the pieces already. Okay, so get your waffle. Your waffle is going to act as, we're going to half your waffle because we're going to create a sandwich. Now, there are a lot of different ways to do this. And simply, I would do it on a plate like this. If I was plating this, a little different than the park. Because in the park, a lot of times it's a quick serve restaurant, so you have to walk around, but we don't need to go anywhere. Okay, so I put my waffle on the plate like this. Okay, then my piece of chicken. Remember that sauce we made before? It's going to be nice and thick, and it's going to pick up. You're going to see, watch how beautifully it's going to coat the chicken. Look, see how well it coated it? Can you see? See how well that coats because of the cornstarch?
Josh. Oh, Josh.
Nice, Josh. That looks pretty perfect. Goes right on top of your waffle. And then on top of your waffle, you have your coleslaw. Now, your coleslaw is going to have a lot of liquid in it. So my suggestion is you don't want to put all that liquid on top of what you're doing there. So use a slotted spoon. Give it a little mix. Good enough to eat.
Oh, yeah.
And shazam, there it is. That looks really good. That really makes me look hungry. So let me show you what mine looks like. Oh, I like that Mickey waffle. That looks good. That looks nice, Josh. Cool. See how simple that is? Josh, look at Josh's with the Mickey waffle. It's cool. Nice. Perfect.
Mine's just a little too small to even be able to flip over. So I got to do two waffles for one sandwich.
Oh, Kraus, nice with the Mickey waffle. Oh, the kids are eating it. Shazam, you did it. That's really, really nice. Okay, we're going to take a picture of that. And now, the one more is the other one, which is so simple, is your Belgian waffle. And with your Belgian waffle, I think this one you might have to stand up. Belgian waffle is, very self-explanatory. Their Belgian waffle has Nutella in it. So what they do is, Nutella is this hazelnut spread. Remember hazelnuts? Someone's allergic to nuts. Don't eat it. Okay, so you take some of your hazelnut spread, nice tablespoon of it. Your waffles will still be a little hot. You don't have to kill it either, just kind of like this on the bottom, just like I'm doing. Okay, just enough. Then I have your whatever fruit you have that's fresh for you. Here's my blueberries. Okay, and I'm going to cut my okay, I got a banana. Nice. A couple of strawberries.
Oh, man.
Pam likes it.
Oh, my God, that's good.
She's a fan. Then you can put whipped cream on top of this, of course. And if you have some powdered sugar would be great on top of this. And there you go. Belgian waffle. That's okay. Everybody understands what it is. Belgian waffle, same exact preparation. You could put whipped cream on top of it. You could put your Nutella. It's really, it's great. So that is that. So any questions? Questions? Anybody? Anyone like to add something?
I'll add. I've already gone through about half of my sandwich. Fantastic. I think if anybody out there is wondering, if you have, I mean, Adam, you were saying this earlier, but I have more sensitive palate to spicier things. I would probably retrospectively, or the next time I make this at home, I'd probably cut my sriracha in half. A little bit of spice in there, but just my personal preference. But other than that, it is sweet, it is spicy, it is tender, still a nice crispy crunchiness with the chicken, and the waffles are fantastic. So I'm set.
Well, good, home run, good. All right, he's happy, got a happy customer. Thank you, Josh. And I mean, you know, we all love the food in the parks, but when you make it yourself, sometimes it tastes just that much better. So I want to invite everybody to go to Adam's Cooking Jam. It's my Facebook page, and you can put these up there. And equally, please put them up on the YouTube channel, WDW Couple, that everybody watched. And we really love and appreciate you guys all cooking along with us. That's really terrific. And like we said, next week is a chocolate making class. If you're interested, you could email me. And the week after that, we're making Back to the Copycat. And we have on and on and on. We're going to try to continue this tradition because it really seems to be fun for people, and we're enjoying ourselves. So that is most important. Okay, and this is a lot of steps tonight. So if you got through this, you'll get through any of the classes. So I want to thank everybody very much. Josh, thank you for cooking along with us. I think we're going to add a drink to this in 2 weeks. I think we need to have a little beverage while we're drinking. Maybe might be helpful.
Yeah, I was trying to find something to make for this week, but I don't know. I couldn't find something that really fit with chicken and waffles. But for the next class, which is in 2 weeks,
right?
I'm actually going to do, because we're kind of incorporating a little bit of the France theme with the croque monsieur sandwich. I think we're going to try and do one of the drinks from France Pavilion. So
cool.
Stay tuned, because it's really, really good.
Awesome.
And we have dog parking.
Okay, guys. Well, thanks a lot. Cooking along. Any questions, you can email me. Ask any questions. We'd love to answer them. Okay. So be nice to each other. Be nice to yourselves. Cook at home. And we love you. And we'll see you in 2 weeks. Thanks, Josh. Thanks, everybody. Good night.
Thank you.
Everyone. Good night.
Bye.
Thank you
Thank
so
everybody
much.
for being here. Have a great night. Have a great weekend. See ya.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.